guys, if you are new here, welcome to the Book Path. I'm Nicole, and if this isn't your first rodeo, thanks for sticking around. We are here today to talk about something really good heading your way, and that is going to be The Heir by Sophia Travers. But before we get into the book, I need to show you a little something that arrived for me before the book happened. So I went to go check my mail, and obviously my address is not going to be on here because despite me loving each and every one of you, some things are meant to be private. But this arrived for me, and obviously I thought that maybe this was like some sort of junk mail, like you get some sort of things that looks nice, like it's a gift or something, and then you open it up and it's like an invite to like purchase a timeshare or something. So I saw this, it came in the mail, hesitant, and then I flipped it over, and this is what it said on the back. And then I knew it was something to do with this book. So obviously I opened it up because who's not going to get excited for book mail? This is fantastic. So this came inside, and it was stunning, and I took great care because I didn't want to pop it. And I'm going to get all of that out real quick. And it had this little invitation where it said, "Welcome to Crown Haven. I've lived here all my life, and this estate is without a doubt the most wonderful place on earth until she arrived. She's sharing my bathroom, getting under my skin, laughing too loudly, and invading my space. The air smells like her. She even brought her damn dog. I'm going to ignore her. I'll hide out in the library, go sailing, make whiskey, and play polo. That's more than enough to keep me occupied and to keep my hands off my wife," right? From Aiden. I was like, this is great. So then we end up getting a lovely picture of Aiden Prince, our main male character in this. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I also ended up getting our little sticker of Prince Charming, aka Aiden Prince. I also got the emblem for House Prince, which has the family motto, "Now is the hour." I have another little one that says, "In my Crown Haven era," which was just, and then it has the gates to Crown Haven. A wonderful bookmark that has the heir on one side, and then our lovely couple. This is Aiden and Emery. And then if that wasn't enough, we are going with a bigger picture of our wonderful leading characters in this, as well as a lovely little thank you note from the author. I loved this. I was super excited, and I hadn't even received the book yet, so I was even more excited now to read the book. So in this book, you have the hunters and the princes, and they were both very well-to-do families. Apparently they were friends at some point. They made whiskey together, and they had a falling out. And since then, the Hunter family has kind of fallen from grace and have been building their way back up, but they're never taken seriously by any of the other esteemed families who pretty much worship the ground of the Prince family. And Aiden is basically called the heir. He is the eldest of the grandchildren. They are raised by their grandfather or live with their grandfather. Their father had passed away, and their mother has left. And so basically you have their family, and they're setting up this ball to basically start the process for Aiden having to find a bride, because there is a contract for them as far as the estate goes that in order to claim their part of the inheritance and the business shares, they must marry. So they are trying to prime some candidates for Aiden's perusal. And unbeknownst to him is Emery Hunter is on the scene. Now, Emery is the youngest daughter of the Hunter family, and she's a Spitfire. She's great. I love her. And she and Aiden have history where they were kind of those rivals in school that were always competing for the best grades, to be the best at a sport, to be the best, always competing. And you find out that at some point both of them had had feelings for the other one, although it was never proclaimed due to the family's animosities towards each other. So Emery at this point is wanting to go after a plot of land that has basically been divided between the Prince family and the Hunter family, and there's been disputes over this plot of land for generations. And Emery wants to get this land so that she can prove to her father her worth by expanding the casino that her family operates. And Aiden wants this land because of the water that runs through the land is perfect for making and bringing back the family recipe of whiskey that has been sold off. That is basically kind of how they've made their name, and it was something that was very important to him and his family. So Emery comes across a letter that, or some sort of document that basically says that a hunter needs to be married and a prince needs to be married, and she brings it to Aiden at this party that she's kind of snuck into. And Aiden rereads this document and it clarifies that it doesn't mean that a hunter needs to get married and a prince needs to get married, and once they are both married with their significant others, the land will be theirs. No, it means that a hunter descendant must marry a prince descendant. So now this is becoming an enemies to lovers story with family animosity. And I loved it. I loved the characters. Like, let's break it down because there's so much. Okay, so the character Emery is fantastic. She is strength. She is a force. She is a tornado unto herself. But she also has a lot of insecurities and just feelings that she's trying to go through. And the same goes for Aiden. Aiden, you think, is this absolute perfect being. And he's really not. He's got his own insecurities, his own things that he's dealing with, and his own sort of sense of how to handle the situation. And so they decide, the two of them, that they are going to be these descendants that marry. They enter a fake marriage. And of course, nobody is believing it due to the fact that they've been at odds for, like I said, generations. And everybody knows the hatred that Emery and Aiden have for each other. So now they're up against the wall to really try to prove that they do have feelings for each other, that they care about each other, to pull this off so that they can both get their land, split it, and go their own ways. But obviously fate is going to have some other things in store because this is a romance with a HEA ending, and all the fun stuff's going to happen. So Emery ends up moving into Aiden's estate, basically, and she meets his siblings. You do get to meet Emery's siblings a little bit, but I think they're both married. Her older brothers are both married, and so they don't really focus on that too much. Whereas the Prince siblings, Aiden is the oldest, so the younger siblings are still around, and they are so much fun. You have Tristan, who is kind of the second in command, and he very much lives up to that title. And then you have the twins, Sienna and Whit, I believe it is. They are fun. Whit's not so much in the picture as much, but Sienna is, and I love her. Her personality is fantastic, and like, she's so hard not to love. And you also have their kind of bodyguard security head, Katie, and she was really great too. And I love that they featured sort of like a staff as a friend that you wouldn't really picture, and you had this kind of girl circle there. What I think I loved most about this story is that it really, really focuses on the emotions that Emery and Aiden are going through. They really have an animosity towards each other, but they also have these conflicted feelings of their past that they don't want to kind of bring to the surface. They're trying to suppress these emotions. And as they get to know each other and kind of build up these trusts and let go of things, you really see the struggle with them in doing that. And it's just really great to kind of watch that be kind of the focus of it. It doesn't skim over it. It doesn't make it second. That is the primary part of this. Like, it really focuses, like, this is enemies to lovers done with a chef's kiss, because it is really, really good. With all that being said, obviously I gave The Heir 5 stars. I recommend it to anybody who loves enemies to lovers, faked marriage, families that like hate each other, the likes of Romeo and Juliet. Fun, I don't want to say witty banter. It's more like fun flirtiness between the two of them that's got like a little bit of that kind of like darker, insulting flirting, but in such a fun way. The endearing, I will say there is some traumas to look out for. There is kind of emotional relationship abuse that's discussed, not between the two main characters, but in other relationships. There are family dynamics that are at odds between the generations. There are those feelings of not feeling like you're enough. There is a speech impediment that is discussed. Obviously divorces, obviously the death of a parent, and how a child kind of grows from that. So there are a few things, but it's very, to me, it was very kind of trigger light. But if you can be triggered by something, then definitely check out the warnings just to make sure that would be a book for you. But I really felt that it wasn't anything too out there. The spice was, I would say, 4 out of 5 chili peppers. It was really good. It fit everything. It wasn't extreme in any way, but this does have on-scene spice. So definitely keep that in mind as well. But like I said, I thought it was a perfect example of enemies to lovers, fake marriage done so well, found family, found friends, just everything was so good. Characters, setting, story, writing, everything. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So I highly recommend that you pick this up. So The Heir will be coming out July 15th, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, July 15th. Once again, this is The Heir by Sophia Travers, and I 5-starred it. Check it out. Great romantic read. Everything you need. And July 15th. It should be in your hands. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. Stay warm, stay cool, stay hydrated, everything you need to do in whichever weather you are going through. Stay safe and enjoy your summer. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.